Hi, it's Adam Treloar here. We're just on the way to our first road trip game. I'm here at Breakfast Point with Israel Folau and Isaiah Stevens.
Hey, listen to the voice. It's worse than my voicemail, mate.
That would have been around the same age as
My voicemail?
Yeah. I was 17 now. I was up in Breakfast Point, as I just said. I can't believe we've got this footage here.
This is gold. This is gold.
We're getting ready to head to the bus and look forward to tomorrow's game. We're going to ask a few questions to Izzy and Isaiah. Say hi, boys. There you go. Hello, Adam.
Charlie on a run. Townsend looks up. He's got runners left, right and centre. Cornelio, Palmer, back to Cornelio. He's got Treloar. He's the first gamer again. And this one's through.
Well done.
So, first goal. Remember it vaguely?
Yeah, of course. You always remember your first goal. That was my first game, round 3.
How old were you?
I just turned 19. So my first year, when I first started, I was 19. And yeah, so that was round 3. I missed the first 2 games through injury. Came in and you can see the game's pretty close. Yeah, that was what a weekly occurrence was for us. We were losing by 10 goals, but funny enough, the score at quarter time for that game was, I reckon it would have been 70-6. So to keep them to 70 points in the second, third and fourth, pretty proud of that.
Great, yeah, positive.
But no, I do remember that. I remember Cogsy gave me the footy and the ball went in, which was nice.
And what about your camera footage? You've come a long way.
Yeah, that was poor, wasn't it? I don't know.
So close to your face.
Hey, mate, I'm a 17-year-old learning on
I love it.
Learning on the tools, mate, if you want to call it that.
It's gold.
Yeah, pretty funny, eh?
They've been sensational in this final term.
Now let's talk about the goal. A goal in your first game in the AFL is pretty exciting. How did you feel when you kicked it and could you hear the crowd?
Yeah, I was really pumped. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like, you wanted to kick a goal in an AFL game your whole life. You pretend in your backyard you're playing AFL, and to finally do it, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just shocked.
This just like reflects. We've just lost by 90 points and I've got the biggest smile on my face. But I'll tell you what, we're all like that in the change room. That was just...
Every week.
That's how it was for us early days, especially at the Giants.
So it was like, you don't really mind losing. It was just more about building the culture.
It really was. It was about building culture and getting games into us. And yeah, we were disappointed we were losing, but like, geez, it just takes you back to when kind of there was no real worries, eh? There was no anxiety or...
Now Townsend and Treloar are the targets. Treloar almost. Townsend comes to it late, keeps his feet. Jacob Townsend couldn't keep his feet the second time. Almost throws it back to Treloar. Treloar throws it on the boot, and the little man with a giant goal. Giants out to a 9-point.
Oh, this is first win.
So that was the first win. That was, you can see the score 3 minutes ago. That was the goal. That was a goal that kind of built the momentum. Oh no, Shealy kicked the goal right before that, and then we actually ended up winning by like, we scored like 110 or something.
Oh really?
So we kicked like 6 goals in 3 minutes.
Oh
but
really?
Yeah, this is one of the 3-4 memories that I have in my mind.
Was that
will always be one of the?
Was that a Jacob Townsend throw?
He didn't throw it.
He did?
No, he kind of like slapped. No, he actually probably threw it. But yeah, this is the very next play.
Lead, and now they've got the clock on their side, and they've got the ball inside 50. It's the goal kicker Treloar, steps around, gives it to Giles, and Giles, the big man with the biggest kick of his life. They've gone mad at Monica. An historic occasion. The GWS Giants have won their first ever game in the AFL. What a moment for them.
This lad, watch him, because in 2 years' time, in 40, 50 goes time, this kid, you'll be saying, how good's this lad?
Yeah, like Devon said, it's just another game. I mean, it's a good achievement. Hopefully we can play heaps more than that.
Could this weekend be Adam Treloar's last as a Giant?
Oh, I mean, I'm still really confident. I mean, I know he wants to stay. But there's big decisions for him to be made, for him to make. Our runner-up in the 2015 Kevin Sheedy medal is Adam Treloar.
I just want to thank everyone
for my time here. I've loved every minute I've had here. The players, I love each and every one of yous. The coaching staff, from Sheeds when he started here, Choco, Leon Cameron's been a massive influence on me.
It already been, so that was like a week and a half after our season had finished, and already notified the club like 3 days post the last game, so they'd already knew that I was leaving.
So, you notified them straight away?
I notified them, like, we played on the Saturday, and then on the Monday or the Tuesday I went in and my manager and I told him that I was leaving.
So how hard was that
it was the hardest thing I've ever... telling him was hard. I was in tears. I was bawling my eyes out.
But then you have to get up and make a runner-up speech.
Well, I'd spoken to most of the guys. We'd had Mad Monday and had a few things where we'd been together. So that it wasn't as hard. It was... Yeah, it wasn't as hard. It was... Because I'd already kind of said my goodbye. So... and Leon was right. It was hard for me to leave. There was a lot of me that didn't want to go. Because I always wanted to be, part of a footy club, just one footy club. It's funny saying that now. Now I've obviously been a part of 3, but wanted to just be a part of that one footy club. I wanted to be a part of a team where we were a founding team. I've spoken to you about it, and I also knew that, that footy club and the Giants were going to be successful. And ironically, the following year was when you boys won the flag, but you guys obviously played them in the prelim. That would have been, that was the following year after I left. So I knew I was kind of giving up all that, but it was extremely important for me to come home and be around my family. That was where I wanted to be.
Yep.
The Collingwood Polo. Been used to the Giants for the last 5 years, but I'm very excited about the opportunity. It's a tough decision, but one that I'm at peace with.
So second spot on the AFL ladder up for grabs for the Greater Western.
So this is my first game against the Giants.
First game against the old club.
So that was pretty intimidating because it was very different to leaving Collingwood to come to the Bulldogs, obviously. This time I openly wanted to go and... Yeah, that was very intimidating. We won the game, but that was pretty scary.
And for Collingwood, Adam Treloar, first game against his old team. What a massive day for him.
I'm a really nervous type of person when it comes to games, and obviously playing against my old team was going to be another unique situation for me. So, yeah, I was very nervous going in.
With 112 votes and winning the JJ Joyce Trophy for third best and fairest, Adam Treloar.
This would be some goal. Decides to give it to Treloar. 45. He had the fist up before it even made the goal.
So you go from playing at the Giants, where barely any crowd, to then coming to Melbourne and playing in front of packed stadiums. Was that a thrill for you?
A drawing card?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But how how powerful was it when you were there?
It's now that it's kind of like we play in front of big crowds still at the Bulldogs now, but it's clearly not as big as when I was at the Pies, and I well and truly didn't take that for granted, to put it that way. Like a small crowd for us was 70,000, 75,000, and to be able to play in front of that and playing some big games, and Anzac Day and the Big Freeze game, so many proud games that I've been a part of, is something I'll never take for granted. And there was a massive drawing card to, coming back to Melbourne. Like, as I touched on, I wanted to come back and play in front of my family and be around my family, but I was always going to come back and be a part of I wanted to be a part of a big, rich footy club, if you know what I mean. And Collingwood was obviously the no-brainer for me. And yeah, being able to play in these games, like, they're memories I'm always going to have. Always going to have. Very grateful.
And the winner of the Anzac Day medal is Adam Treloar of the Collingwood Football Club. 25 adrift at the moment. Treloar from the Hoskin-Elliott ball. The bounce. Now tuck it under the arm.
Still to go. A little squeeze. Treloar might. Does he? Oh, he does. He gets what they needed.
Collingwood will go in to the 2018 Grand Final, a famous victory.
Of all the goals I've kicked, it's the loudest it's ever been.
Of all your goals?
All my goals.
Does it give you goosebumps?
Oh,
Mate, it
always.
gives me goosebumps watching.
Always. That was an inside-out left foot barrel. Like, that shouldn't have gone in. I tried to snap it, and it was a barrel that went in, and it was just like, yeah, mate. That, as I said, I've had probably 4 games that stand out in my career that I've mentioned, and 2 of them are a losing grand final. One's my first win, and that's probably, yeah, that gives me, when I think back to that, gives me the biggest goosebumps. Because as I said, there was 90,000 plus people there. Prelim final, Richmond. I don't think they lost. They might have lost 1 game that year. They were off the back of winning the year before, and the fact that we went out there and won the way that we did, it's always going to have that little empty feeling because of what happened the following week.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we won the granny, but like I look back on that and think what a proud moment that was. But yeah,
Another result.
Now I see this. This is never any easier.
As the opening siren rings out around the MCG, West Coast and Collingwood for supremacy in 2018.
Sheed from the boundary. Needs to be inch perfect. He is. He's got the most impossible goal. Because the Eagle has landed for the Premiers in 2018.
I'm fascinated by this one. I'm with you, Eden. Does Josh Dunkley get to Essendon, and does therefore this man with exclusive pictures from 9 News yesterday get to the Western Bulldogs? I'm not so sure.
Have a look at the rig on him.
That's a strong 92 kilos there. That was at a local footy oval just up the road in Cheltenham, and the 9 News came out and they got wind that I was doing all my pre-season sessions there.
What were you weighing there? You look huge.
About 90, 91.
Yeah.
That was me, mate.
Inside bull.
I was.
Been a whirlwind of the last 3 to 4 weeks. The last 15 hours I really didn't know where I was playing. I was sure on getting to the Western Bulldogs and went right down to the last minute. I'm pumped that Dunks is staying, and I get to build that rapport with him.
I hadn't even met you then, you know that?
We hadn't met.
No, that was the day after I got traded.
That was when you messaged me. And then we caught up.
Dumps it out into some open space. Here we go. Listen to the boos and the cheers in equal measure. Jams it down the throat of Norton. Wonderful first touch for Treloar.
16 points in round 1 and a cracking start by the Dogs.
Just remember, my memory from this game is when you got the ball, you marked it, and you held on to it on the wing, and they started clapping you.
Yeah.
And you just milked it a few extra seconds. I reckon the umpires gave you a few.
Sure did.
You were
I kicked it to you straight afterwards.
You were getting the round of applause.
I smiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you?
Well, they booed me early, and I didn't understand why they booed me.
Yeah.
When I first touched it, and then obviously when I took that mark, it's funny because leading into that mark, I kind of knew something was coming.
Yeah.
The game was over.
It was slow. It was slow play.
And that's another very, very proud moment because, you see people stand up and clap and cheer, and I think they probably started to realise that, there's a lot of the time when people leave, players leave footy clubs, there's villains, and I definitely wasn't one because I didn't want to leave. That was the thing. So, yeah, that's something that will stick with my mind. And then obviously I kicked you the footy, so I was happy I did that too.
Something you don't do now.
Liberatore feeds it to Hunter, to Treloar. Treloar on his left, goal squared, they wait, they queue. Norton with the strength, his second half. The Dogs do it. They scratch and claw and snarl their way to a win. All right, how quick and slick was that to Treloar, who breaks the arc. Means business, kicks, goes, quick response. It's the underdogs. Undermanned and on the road. They're into their 4th grand final in 97 seasons. Good bounce too. Treloar with a snap. Perfect start, Dogs. Petty got to walk through. Treloar again. 2 in the term.
Every heart is beating true and blue for the red and blue. After 57 long years, the Demons are premiers in 2021.
Handball in. Treloar can straighten onto his right. He's got time. He's got space. And he's kicked a beauty.
Treloar for his third. Got it, no problems at all. 40-point lead for the Dogs.
The winner of the Bob Rose Charlie Sutton Medal for 2022 from the Western Bulldogs, Adam Treloar.
Out of the two grand final losses, they both obviously hurt.
Yeah.
But which do you look back on and you're like, which was worse?
The Collingwood one,
Collingwood
easily.
one.
Only because of how close it was.
Scoreline, yeah.
It's funny because both games there was a period where it panned out where we were in a position to win. Like there was two times where you never think about in a game, like you never think the game's over. I never think the game's over. But there's times where you think like, wow, like we could actually win this. And there was times where I did. In that quarter time of the first granny, we were up by 5 goals and I thought, wow, we're in a position to win here. When Bonte kicked that goal against Melbourne, put us 3 goals up with like 7 minutes to go in the third. I mean, you'd be stupid not to think, anyone watching, because the way we were playing, it was like, it's going to be hard for Melbourne to get back here. And then the fact that we lost. But the fact that we were so close against Collingwood is definitely the hardest one. And they're definitely the medals that I'm chasing. But yeah, I'm definitely extremely proud to have, come up and played my 200th game. There's so many people out there that will definitely get messages from me this week, the ones that I love who have been there along the journey and the ones I can't thank enough. But hopefully there's few more games.
Speaking of, mate, we've organised a few messages for you.
Oh, have you?
And I think they're going to come up now. So I hope you enjoy this, mate.
You're an inspiration to our family, Adam, to just never give up on your dreams. My very own little superstar.
I'm so proud of you. I love you so much, Ads. Congratulations on 200 games.
Certainly had, a bit of adversity along the way, but the way that you've handled every single scenario has been truly inspiring, mate.
We're very proud of you and we hope that the team gets you the win.
Huge achievement, 200 games. You've still got a few more to catch me, but very proud of you, champ.
I'm so proud of what you've achieved in life and I hope you have a good win.
All I just want to say is all the best for the week ahead, mate. Enjoy the moment.
Congratulations, mate, on your 200th. Go out there and give it your best. Good luck.
Mate, congrats on 200 games. That is an awesome achievement. I'm proud of you. I love you. Go Doggies.
From all the kids from the Noble Park Football Club, go the Doggies.
All the best. You're number one and you're our number one. We love you. Bye. Say bye. Bye. Love you. Love you.
That makes me emotional, mate. How does it make you feel?
No, it's good. It's good. It's as I said, it's probably the people that yeah, it's look, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for all those special people. I'm an emotional guy, as you can tell. You clearly know that. And I never forget where I come from. I never forget everything that I've gone through. I never forget the amount of love and support that I've had from everyone. As Howie spoke about, there has been a bit of adversity that I guess, gone through in my footy career. And if I were to say 200 games later, I played for 3 clubs and I'd be here now and met some great people. I'm obviously here with you now, who's near and dear and close, friends of mine and one of my best friends. I'm just extremely grateful, man. It's something that I'll probably appreciate when I'm done. But when I see messages like that, it's really hard to not get emotional about it, considering the person that I am. So I appreciate you guys going to the lengths to do that. It's greatly appreciated. As I said, what I do and everything I do for my family and friends around me, and to make them proud and to make them, look at me and be like, what a good human Adsy is something that gives me great joy and great pride. So I appreciate it, mate.
No worries, mate. I'm sure everyone would say the same, but everyone loves you, mate, and wish you all the best for the weekend. And I'm lucky I get to run out there with you, but I think you should know that everyone that knows you and supports you is going to be there for you, and hopefully it's a good one, mate. We can make it a winning game for you.
Hopefully. Thanks, brother.
And that Hunter, good decision. Trelaw! Great fly on Burne-Jones.
Great kick from Hunter. Really gave it all he had, didn't he?
Yep,
Knew
he did.
exactly what he wanted to do.
Very nice mark there from Adam Trelaw.